G'day everyone, Prep Aussie here. I hope you're all well in whatever part of the world you're watching this video. Today is Sunday, the 1st of July 2018, and the time here is 09:30 Australian Eastern Standard Time. I've got a couple of things that I want to go through with you guys today, and people keep asking me. There is, in regards to one, Sheeple, and two, spouse Sheeples. And I've got a lot of people asking me, getting very frustrated as to how, basically asking me, how do I wake up my wife or my husband? Okay, this answer is going to shock you. You can't. It's as simple as that. If the best that you can do is just to continue talking about it every now and again, leave tantalizing tidbits for them. And what I mean by that is Deutsche Bank, for example. Do they know about Deutsche Bank? Just bring it up in conversation. Oh, did you know that Deutsche Bank shares have gone from $132 down to $8.17? No, I didn't know that. That's interesting. Or it would be, so what? Doesn't affect my credit card in any way. Well, in actual fact, it does. But my point is, it will later on. All these things will come together. If you remember, I said the best thing to do is to look after yourself first. And look, that is a mantra that you must adhere to. What use are you to anyone if you're tired, unfit, not thinking straight, confused, you have no preparation plan, you don't have a plan B or C, the crash happens tomorrow, you've got no stocks, you haven't prepared physically by going to a gym, going to a boxing training. You've got no protection, you've got no gun, you've got no knives, you've got nothing. Well, I've got to be honest, if I was your spouse and it came to after the event and you had nothing, then I would be kind of pissed off because you've been telling me for years that this is going to happen. And then all of a sudden, lo and behold, you have nothing. Well, why haven't you got anything, I'd be saying. You told me this was going to happen, so why haven't you fixed everything up? I was depending on you. Remember that saying. I was depending on you. It's the first words out of their mouth. It will be. After holy shit. So, what I've always said is, say you're a family of 5. Then you get 5 bags. 1 doomsday bag and 4 bug out bags. And you just silently prepare. If you've got a pantry at your place. And look, this comes up all the time as well. Moolah. Listen, are you going to really give a shit whether you're eating home brand food 3 weeks into this event? Are your kids going to turn their nose up at it? I don't think so. Go to Aldi's. Do your shopping wisely. Don't go crazy with your money. As regards to setting up bug out bags, you've got 2 choices. Trying to see if there's 3. Do it yourself or buy a full bug out bag from a prepping company in America. There's one in Australia, but I wouldn't recommend. I've looked at their prices. They're pretty bloody ridiculous. I can't find anything that's really, he's taking the piss out of people, to be honest with you. So I'd be looking at getting it from America if you want to buy a full bug out bag, and it'll be stocked to the eyeballs. You might pay just a little bit over the odds to get that, but you know it's done. And you can buy one each week or whatever you want to do. Whatever you get your wages, we all get paid monthly now, so I'd leave that up to you. But you have to have a doomsday bag, even if you've just got. Can you understand? If you haven't got the other 4 bags and you've got one bag which you know's got everything in it, you are 100% better prepared than somebody who hasn't. Forget the other 4 bags. You're now 100% better prepared than anybody else. And the reason I'm saying that, the day your spouse turns around to you and goes, "Oh my God, it's all so mad," and they morph into a, "My God, I can't use my credit card anymore. What am I going to do about sanitary items and blah blah blah." They're going to have a meltdown. They are literally going to have a meltdown, and your kids are literally going to have a meltdown. Now, if you're a clever person, what you'll do is go, just hang on, let them have their say for a while. Might take a day or two. There'll be tears. There'll be oh my God, what are my friends going to say? Well, your friends are in the same boat as you, so don't worry. So you let them have their say. You keep calm. You keep preparing. You keep your eyes and ears open. On the day that you need to, you say, "Come with me. Here's the bags, or bagger. Here's all the stores. Here's all the sanitary items. Here's this. Here's that. The cars are full of fuel. I've got 10 jerry cans worth of diesel. I've got a generator." They will look at you with blank faces and go, "Holy shit, we are prepared." You will not, look, you might as well talk to that tree in the background about prepping if your spouse is a sheeple. They are not going to understand. It's programming, folks. It's absolute 100% programming. They've been programmed to think like that they need to rely on society to get what they have to have. So what I just said is relevant. Just take your time, keep prepping, prepare for everyone you can think of who will need your help. Family, maybe your next door neighbour's your best mate, but they don't want to listen to any of this. Instead of you talking to them, let me talk to them. Point them in the direction of my site and say, "Listen to what this guy's got to say. If you don't believe me, listen to him." Don't turn into an albatross, and what I mean by that, or a swan. Don't go running down hallways flapping your arms about, "Oh my God, the world's going to end." If you do that, stop watching my videos and start watching some libtard crap, because you're obviously not meant to be watching these videos. Keep calm. That's the number one trick here. Keep calm. I worked on the doors, excuse me. As I was saying, I worked on nightclub doors for a long time, 10 plus years. I got hit once in all those years, just once. And my instant reaction was to punch the person who was working with me. You might think that's a bit severe, but my point was, hey, you're my wingman, where were you? And it galvanised everybody when I did that, by the way. And we formed an awesome unit, and no one ever got punched after that event. But like I said, in 10 plus years, I got punched once. Why? Because I was always calm and I was always rational. You know, people can throw things at you, spit at you, do whatever they want, talk about you, you know, swear at you. Water off a duck's back. But they were never allowed to hit me, folks. That was the biggie. If you try to hit me, then it was self-defense. It was simple as that. So, my point being, after you watch this video today, analyse yourself personally and say to yourself, how am I actually doing? And analyse this. Why am I trying to convince people? Because you go and, I did it myself, and you go down a wrong road. Which is kind of funny because I'm doing videos telling people what to do, but I meant personally. My family doesn't give a shit. Not one. My wife's an accountant, and I try to explain financial stuff to her, and she's an English rose, God bless her, and she was born up in that generation of the 80s and 90s, and you know, whatever I want I can have. As long as I've got a credit card, I am the richest person in the world. That's the problem. So, after this video, analyse yourself. Ask yourself, why am I trying to convince others? And the reason is there's a hero scenario to it where you're trying to save people. You know, I'm going to save you because I know. Well, that's just not reality, and that's not going to work. What you need to do is just shut the hell up and prepare. And like I said, if you really want to turn people, let others do the explaining for you. Here's a classic example. Let me give you an example about what I mean. I'm a first dan black belt, and by some others' admission, I'm bloody good at it. But I can't train my kids because they don't want to listen to me. I can show them stuff, but only up to a certain point. They will not listen to me. I could get one of my best mates to train them, and they'd listen to him 100%. So I hope that makes sense. You can't convince your own. You can only convince others. I hope that makes sense, guys and girls. Now, number 2. Will you bloody Americans please stop telling us about how we gave our guns away and how stupid we are on the comments pages. It's irrelevant. It doesn't mean anything. There are other ways to prepare, and there is no bullets anyway. You can't just go down the road here and buy bullets out of anywhere, you know. And the way they've set it up here, there is guns. You can get guns, but the way they've set it up here, let me explain this to you. It's run by the government, and it's run by the local police. So if I got a gun and I put it in my cabinet, they can crash down my door at 3 a.m. in the morning and storm my house to make sure that I've done it properly. And if it isn't there, it's instant jail. So while I'm trying to prepare, why would I want to have that extra stress? They make the process so hard and onerous that you don't want to own a gun. Will there be guns in the future? Yeah, of course there will be. You're bloody right there will be. But there won't be such restrictions on them. So I'm not going to bother having restrictions at the moment. I will in the future, but that'll be closer to the time. Okay, number 3. Timing. Please stop sending me emails asking me when this is all going to happen, because I haven't got a clue. They've done shit and manipulated stuff to the point where nobody knows anymore. Folks, they've literally made up rules to keep this big Ponzi scheme going. Any financial expert will tell you that. So please stop asking me. I don't know, and I'm not going to tell you even if I did know. But you see that's a stupid point, because I don't know. I'm not going to know. I don't know. There's probably a handful around people around the world, and that brings me to a relevant point. These meetings they're all having, G7, Trump with this person, Trump with that person. Have you noticed that he's actually gone hyperactive with meeting people from different countries? At every single one of those meetings, they would be discussing exactly what we're talking about right now. It would be number 1 on the table. Guarantee you. Guaranteed you that that's the case. They all know it's coming. They've done everything to stop it from coming. But they now need to make a choice as to when it's coming. And they would have picked a date. They would have said, okay, well, let's go for January the 1st. Terrible, isn't it? Think of it. They know, we don't. And they're not going to tell us. But they have to keep this big machine, the big cog turning. So it's all mirrors and shadows at the moment, folks. But if you're awake like me, then you will know exactly what I'm talking about. Keep your eye on trading economics and just follow the footsteps that other people aren't following. Simple as that. Now, I have something inspirational to show you guys. And it's inspirational to me and made me wildly excited. I received an email from a gentleman called Didier in France, of all places, or France, as some people call it. And I'm going to show you the email, and then I'm going to show you the pictures. And I want you guys to be inspired by this man. He's 56 years old. And, you know, can you imagine being in my position? Nearly brought tears to my eyes, to be honest with you. Can you imagine my position where I'm trying to reach out to people, and I'm hoping that I'm reaching some people, and some people are making positive steps to prepare. So imagine when I get this email from a gentleman in France, and I'm going to read it to you now, and then I'm going to show you his pictures. Okay, folks, this is the email from Didier in France. Bonjour, mi ami, I think to say so. Well, I don't know where to begin. All is so confused and mixed into my head that I hardly find out what I must know. I'm awake since a while now, 2 or 3 years I'd say, on this wonderful fake manipulated world we live in. But my family, my friends and co-workers do not get it. TV brainwashed. They just take me for a depressed, foolish guy. It's very frustrating when trying to tell them, hey, the building is on fire, can't you see? That just backs up my point 100%. The question isn't the if, but when. I feel that in a not so distant future, we're going to see a complete collapse of our civilization. Financial collapse, uprising, climate chaos, maybe world war. And I feel very scared by all of this awful future we are going to face. For me, the first choice is bugging in, because I live at the countryside in southwest France, 50 kilometres southeast of Toulouse, and I have no other place to live. I have a bit more than an acre of land, a nice kitchen garden, chickens, fruit trees. But as you say, it's good to have a plan B. So I experienced my first solo bushcraft night a few days ago. See the attached PDF. I did a few Did a few camping when I was young. I'll be 57 in December, but nothing since. And for me, it was quite a challenge this past night. What I want to say is that it's not so easy to suddenly transform yourself into an adventurer, but I was okay. I do it again this night on this little peninsula, see attached. Testing our limits is a good thing, and I've said that many times, especially in a hostile environment. I'm used to long, rough walks alone in forest and nature, but I need to improve myself to help my family when the big break comes. I'm going to read that again. Testing our limits is a good thing, especially in a hostile environment. I'm used to long, rough walks alone in forest and nature, but I need to improve myself to help my family when the big break comes. Did I not just say that? Well, I feel sad, alone and scared. I just needed to share my thoughts with somebody who can understand it. Good job you're doing informing people. Take care, my friend Didier. Honestly, could have blown me away with a feather. I'm so proud that this man has done this, and he's actually probably showed up a lot of us because he actually put the mantra into effect. So I'm going to show you the pictures now. These are the pictures that Didier sent to me. It's a PDF file. It's a PowerPoint presentation. So I'll go through it and you can just see it. "7:20 arrival, 1 hour and 20-minute walk. I need to rest. I sweat. It's hot." Then he shows where he set up camp. "I set the camp, but little technical problem. No stress." Ripped his sheet. "Keep calm. Time to eat." Got his fire going there that he started. And then he got attacked by mosquitoes. Better look for another place. See, all this stuff's relevant, folks, you know. Arrival, second camp. Out of the wood and no mosquitoes. I feel tired. After the first night, the big lesson for me is mainly on 3 subjects. If you look for an outside sleep under stars, don't neglect the power of mosquitoes. Always check and test your stuff before leaving. And number 3, in summertime, after a very hot day, you can have a very cold night. Very, very true. It was a very interesting experience, progressively emerged into dark with all those nature noises and smells that you'll only taste in this condition. I'll do it again for sure, but the next time being more prepared. And of course he is, because he's actually gone out and done it. So he now knows exactly what he should have and should be doing and shouldn't have done. We should all applaud this man, by the way. Fantastic job, Didier. Thank you very much. And thank you for showing us the way forward as well, because it's very important. Very, very important. There's another picture where he showed me where he lives near a big lake, actually. And I said to him on the second time, don't take any water with you, but learn how to purify water on your own and see if you can catch some stuff out of the lake to eat. A catfish or, shrimps, whatever. And I've told him how to manage that and how to try and do that. Just set a rat trap, put some meat in it and see if the shrimps will fall in there or go in there. So there's someone who's actually living what we are discussing. He's had the balls to get up, go out and do that on his own. Why? Because he's preparing for what's coming. A simple thing like going to the toilet in the bush for a bloke is not that big a problem. If you're a woman, it's a problem. And you all know that. So these are the small little things you've got to figure out how that's going to work out. Anyway, I'll leave it there. We'll say the prayers. Okay, folks, verse of the day. The Lord will be king over the whole earth. On that day there will be one Lord, and his name the only name. Ooh, powerful. Verse of the day. The Lord will be king over the whole earth. On that day there will be one Lord, and his name the only name. Very powerful. Okay, folks, the Lord's Prayer. And I'm going to dedicate this prayer today to all the people who are trying to help their spouses and family, and to Didier for having the strength and courage to go out and actually live the dream, brother. The Lord's Prayer. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory, for ever and ever. Amen. Okay, folks, that's it. I'm out of here. Hope you had a good weekend. I'll speak to you tomorrow on Monday. God bless all. Prep out.